Deep in the heart of the Brazilian rainforest, where the trees whisper of ancient tales, there lies a world teeming with life and mystery. In this world dwells a guardian, not just of the trees and animals, but of the ancient wisdom that the forest holds. This guardian is known as the Curupira. The Curupira, a name that whispers through the leaves, is no ordinary being. His most striking feature is his feet, turned backward, a unique trait that makes his track a puzzle for those who dare to follow. His hair is as red as the setting sun, a fiery crown that mirrors his fierce spirit. More than a mere guardian, the Curupira is the embodiment of the forest's soul. He is the protector of all creatures that call these woods home. From the smallest insect to the mightiest jaguar, his presence is a reminder that every living being plays a vital role in the balance of nature. Many tales have been spun about this enigmatic figure. Some says he rides a wild boar through the forest, swift as a gust of wind. Others whisper that his voice can mimic any sound of the jungle, from the call of a bird to the rustling of the leaves. But the Curupira is not just a keeper of peace. He is also a trickster, a clever spirit who uses his wits to outsmart those who threaten his realm. Hunters and loggers who enters the forest with ill intent often finds themselves lost, their paths twisted by the Curupira's cunning. Let's dive deeper into the lore of the Curupira and uncover stories that have been passed down through generations. Tales that illuminate the intricate relationship between this guardian and those who enter his domain. To start, let's look at the hunter's folly. Once, a skilled hunter named Raoul ventured into the forest, driven by tales of a creature whose hide could grant immortality. Armed with his bow and guided by pride, he sought the Curupira, dismissing warnings of the spirit's cunning nature. For days he tracked what he believed to be the Curupira's trail. Unaware that the backward feet were leading him in circles. On the 7th day, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Raoul found himself face to face with the Curupira. The guardian's eyes burned with a fierce light, and in a voice like rustling leaves, he condemned Raoul's disrespect for the forest's creatures. As punishment, Raoul was bound to the spirit's will, turned into a spectral figure, forever chasing phantoms in the twilight, a cautionary whisper in the wind about the price of hubris. Following this, we also have the tale about the woodcutter's compassion. Tiago, a poor woodcutter struggling to feed his family, once dared to cut down a tree within the Curupira's domain. As his axe struck the ancient bark, the forest fell silent. Tiago, realizing his error, begged for forgiveness, not for himself, but for his family who depended on him. The Curupira emerged from the underbrush, his gaze piercing Tiago's soul. Moved by the woodcutter's genuine remorse and love for his family, the Curupira offered him a branch from the fallen tree. "Plant this," he said, "and treat it with care." Tiago did as instructed. And the branch grew into a fruit-bearing tree, providing sustenance for his family. The Curupira had taught him that the forest gives to those who honors its sanctity. But not all encounters with the Curupira end in trickery. In some tales, he reveals a kinder side to those who show respect for his realm. A tale is often told of a young girl named Isabela who wandered into the forest, lured by the melody of an unseen flute. Deep in the heart of the woods, she encountered the Curupira. Instead of fear, Isabela showed curiosity and respect, asking about the music and the life of the forest. The Curupira, intrigued by her innocence and kindness, played his flute, summoning the creatures of the forest to dance around them. He bestowed upon Isabela the gift of understanding the language of the forest creatures, a gift she used to foster harmony between her village and the wilderness. And finally, we have the tale of the greedy merchant. In a village bordering the forest, whispers spoke of a tree that bore witness to 1,000 years. Elders said it was the Curupira's throne, where he listened to the murmurs of the leaves. A greedy merchant sought to carve the tree into trinkets, hoping to sell them for a fortune. As he laid his saw upon the trunk, the forest erupted into a cacophony of cries. That night, as the merchant lay asleep, the Curupira visited him in a dream. He showed the merchant visions of the tree's memories, the rise and fall of seasons, the joys and sorrows of the creatures, and the ancient dance of the earth. The merchant awoke with a newfound reverence for the forest and the Curupira, abandoning his avaricious plans and instead becoming a steward of the woods. These stories, varied as they are, convey a consistent message. The Curupira is a staunch defender of the forest, a guardian who demands respect for the sanctity of nature. He is not a foe to those who tread lightly and honor the spirits of the forest. Rather, he is a guide, a protector, and a wise keeper of ancient knowledge. As the legend of the Curupira endures in the hearts of those who hear it, it serves as a timeless reminder of our duty to coexist with nature, to understand its rhythms, and to protect its majesty for generations to come. When we unravel the tales of the Curupira, the mythical guardian of Brazil's rainforest, we begin to understand the profound messages woven into this ancient legend. These stories, steeped in mystery and tradition, carry with them a timeless wisdom, speaking to our relationship with the natural world The Curupira, with his peculiar backward feet and fiery hair, is a more than a mythical figure. He is a symbol of the forest's resilience and fragility. His presence in folklore underlines a critical truth, that the forest is a living entity, deserving of respect and protection. In every encounter between the Curupira and those who venture into his domain, there lies a lesson. To those who approach with greed and avarice, seeking to exploit the forest resources, the Curupira is a formidable adversary. A reminder that nature's bounty is not limitless and must be conserved. Yet, to those who enter the forest with wonder, respect, and a desire to coexist with nature, the Curupira reveals a different face. He becomes a guide, a wise protector who imparts the secrets of the forest, from the healing properties of plants to the sacred rhythms of the natural world. These legends teach us that our actions have consequences, that the way we treat nature reflects our values and shapes our future. The Curupira's role as the forest's guardian emphasizes the importance of stewardship, of taking responsibility for the environment that sustains us. In today's world, where the threats of deforestation, climate change and biodiversity loss loom large, the legend of the Curupira resonates more powerfully than ever. It calls on us to listen to the wisdom of the past, to understand that we are part of a larger ecosystem, interconnected and interdependent. In contemporary Brazil, the Curupira spirit is invoked in discussions about conservation and sustainability. He has become an emblematic figure in the fight against deforestation and the destruction of biodiversity. His image is a rallying cry for those who seek to preserve the richness and diversity of the rainforest. Children in Brazil grow up learning about the Curupira, not only as a character in folktales, but as a guardian of their natural heritage. This early introduction to the legend fosters a deep-rooted respect for the environment and an understanding of the importance of protecting it. The story of the Curupira challenges us to rethink our relationship with the natural world. It invites us to embrace a vision of coexistence, where humans live in harmony with nature, respecting its limits and cherishing its wonders. The Curupira's enduring legacy is also evident in the arts and media. From literature to film, from music to visual arts, his image continues to capture the imagination of artists, serving as a powerful symbol of nature's majesty and vulnerability. In embracing the legacy of the Curupira, we acknowledge our interconnectedness with nature. We are reminded that the forest is not a resource to be plundered, but a living, breathing community of which we are part. It is our collective responsibility to ensure that its voice is never silenced. Now our journey through the legend of the Curupira comes to a close, and we find ourselves enveloped in the profound wisdom of this ancient tale. The Curupira, more than a mythical guardian of the Brazilian rainforest, stands as a timeless emblem of the intricate and sacred bond between humans and nature. The lessons of the Curupira resonate far beyond the confines of folklore. They speak to the heart of our contemporary struggles with environmental stewardship, reminding us that the guardianship of our planet is not a task for mythical beings, but a responsibility that rests on the shoulders of each one of us. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the legend of the Curupira. And as we step back into our own worlds, let us carry with us the spirit of the Curupira. Let his spirit live on in our actions, and let his legend be a reminder to tread gently upon this earth, to respect the natural order, and to protect the myriad forms of life that shares this planet with us.